The following update from Iraqi Dinar News brings breaking confirmation many investors have been waiting for. What was once dismissed as mere speculation has now been officially verified. As of June 29, 2025 U.S. date, the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, IQD, and the Vietnamese dong is no longer a rumor. It's global reality. June 30 has been confirmed as the official launch date of this historic currency shift. For years, conversations about this event were brushed off as theoretical, limited to investment groups and internet forums, but today we're seeing evidence of this change materializing in real-world systems and financial transactions. On the ground and behind the scenes, major banking systems have implemented new fixed rates. One IQD is now $7.88. and one VND stands at $5.32. These are not projections. They are currently being used in institutional trades and financial settlements worldwide. Banks, forex platforms, and wire transfer systems are actively applying these new rates in live operations. What we're witnessing is a complete shift in how these two currencies are perceived, not just as speculative assets, but now as trusted global mediums of exchange. This revaluation is a major breakthrough not only for private investors, but also for the global economy at large. Both the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong are being repositioned as reliable international currencies. These updates are supported by institutions including Bank of America, Wells Fargo, the Central Bank of Iraq, and the State Bank of Vietnam. Such changes are not made overnight. They are the result of deliberate financial reform and meticulous planning by both nations. Iraq and Vietnam have worked for years to stabilize their monetary systems and earn credibility with international partners. This confirmation represents a significant validation of that effort. June 30 is being recognized not just as a deadline, but as a landmark celebration. Central banks are hosting public announcements, cultural festivals are planned in various capitals, and private investor briefings are scheduled throughout the week. Redemption centers across the U.S. are now seeing an unprecedented volume of activity. Call volumes have increased by 400%, and banks have extended operating hours to accommodate the demand. The world is shifting into action, and currency holders are moving quickly to secure their positions. The Iraqi central bank's journey toward this moment has been methodical. Through regulatory enforcement, the dismantling of black market networks, and a focus on stability through oil revenues and GDP backing, Iraq has laid a solid foundation. The new value of the dinar is rooted in oil exports and national growth, turning IQD into a symbol of economic credibility, not just currency. It now represents a nation with significant resources and renewed international trust. Vietnam's economic rise has also been a key contributor to this revaluation event. Often referred to as the next industrial powerhouse in Asia, Vietnam has followed a disciplined path of infrastructure growth, trade agreement expansions, and transparent fiscal management. These efforts have now positioned the Vietnamese dong at $5.32, reflecting a value based on real economic output, not hopeful speculation. With manufacturing output surging and a robust middle class emerging, Vietnam has proven its readiness to become a global economic player. Financial analysts and banking institutions now regard the dong as a serious currency in global trade and investment. As soon as the new values were confirmed, financial markets responded with unprecedented activity. Forex trading platforms in London, New York, and Hong Kong experienced record-breaking surges in traffic, some even going offline temporarily due to overwhelming demand. Traders are now treating IQD and VND like core currency assets. In parallel, cryptocurrency platforms introduced new stablecoins backed by the revalued currencies. US-based firms like TDM Airtrade and E-Raid witnessed such high volumes that they had to initiate emergency upgrades to meet demand. The Chicago Mercantile Exchange is now in the early stages of developing futures contracts for both IQD and VND, giving investors more sophisticated tools to hedge or trade these assets. The public response in Iraq and Vietnam has been just as significant. Banks in both countries are seeing citizens line up in large numbers to verify holdings and initiate exchanges. In the U.S., redemption centers are operating around the clock. Appointments have become mandatory, and facilities have tightened security with biometric verifications. Legal advisors are available on site to guide participants through the process. If you're a holder of these currencies, now is the time to ensure your notes are in good condition and authentic. Damaged or counterfeit notes will not be accepted. Bring valid identification and proof of purchase if available, and choose between a spot exchange or long-term contract. The International Monetary Fund has recognized both Iraq and Vietnam for executing what it describes as a textbook model for modern currency reform. In an internal report, the IMF praised both nations for demonstrating fiscal discipline, policy maturity, and global cooperation. This endorsement adds even more weight to the legitimacy of the revaluation. Analysts believe this could inspire other emerging economies to pursue similar paths. All eyes are now turning to Zimbabwe, where early signs suggest the ZWL could be next in line. Zimbabwe has launched a gold-backed digital currency and tied its latest token to lithium reserves, both signals that preparation is underway for a potential revaluation. For currency holders, preparation is key. Get your notes verified through certified dealers or banks. Book appointments through official redemption centers. Make sure you understand your options, whether cashing out immediately or locking into a longer-term arrangement. And don't forget the tax implications. Depending on your jurisdiction and how long you've held the currency, capital gains taxes may apply. Consult a financial expert before making decisions, and keep both digital and physical records of your exchange for future protection.